What steps should couples consider before they acquire real estate to avoid any future family law issues?
There's a couple of things you can do. Unfortunately, when you're looking at marriage, it's not the way it was in like the 1950s. People are just not living and being married forever anymore. So you have to really treat a marriage more like a business these days than really the long-term love, like everyone's going to live happily ever after. Because I think everyone knows the statistics that a lot of marriages are ending in divorce. I think the statistic is now over half. So you have to really look at this as a business transaction more than anything else. So what you can do, I know it's not like lovey and something you really want to think about, but you can always do a prenuptial agreement. It has to be done very specifically. It's not something you can just show up on the wedding day and say, here, this is the way we're going to treat all of the assets that we have. It has to be done before that because each of you have time to think about it. You have the ability to review it with an attorney. So it is something that really has to be negotiated and thought of. You can also do a postnuptial agreement, which is an agreement that you do after you're married, which talks about how you're going to divide your assets if something were to go wrong, but you didn't meet the time frame to do a prenuptial agreement. So just because you got married doesn't mean it's not too late to already deal with all of these issues. So you can deal with real estate, you can deal with spousal support, you can deal with child support. Pretty much think of it like a contract, anything you want to think about. And it is important to think about because a lot of couples now are getting married. They're getting married later in life where they do have a lot of separate property that they want to just very straightforward say this is what it's going to look like. Or this is their second, third, fourth, fifth marriage. I'm not here to judge you. And so it's just really straightforward. And it also makes it easier on the other end. If you are getting a divorce, it's laid out. This is what we've already agreed is going to happen. You can also create an estate plan. An estate plan is not a fail-safe way to do it. A prenuptial or a postnuptial agreement is much better when you're looking at divorce. But you can lay out in your estate plan what are your community property assets, what are the separate property assets of the husband and also of the wife or spouses or partners, or however you look at it. So there are things that you can do to just delineate whose is what and how you're going to divide it in the future if there ever is a divorce. And hopefully there really isn't. So
check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.